Hi, I'm John Pellick. I'm a Principal Architect Evangelist with Microsoft Corporation, covering independent software vendors here in the U.S. I'm here at CGS in New York City with Jim Falino, Vice President of Development, who's about to deliver the new version of their flagship application, BlueCherry, to the market. Jim, congratulations for the impending release of BlueCherry 8. Can you tell us a bit about the product?
Well, thanks very much, and appreciate you coming. BlueCherry has been in the market for about 10 years now, serving the apparel industry, as you've mentioned, in enterprise resource planning. There's a two-tier client-server application, and this BlueCherry 8 is the next evolution of it, moving the entire application to the .NET platform.
What are some of the technologies you got involved in using in this new development of BlueCherry 8?
Well, we've taken the best of what Microsoft has. We're using Windows Presentation Foundation. The architecture is software plus services, SQL Server 2008, Expression Blend, pretty much Silverlight, pretty much everything you've got out there today.
That's great. So it sounds like you put a lot of effort into planning and developing a great user experience for your customers. And it sounds as if maybe the Windows Presentation Foundation had a hand in making that happen. How did that work for you?
Well, absolutely. Windows Presentation Foundation was really the driving force behind the application and how it ended up. We need to have a very metadata-driven system in order to meet the needs of the different industries which the application is configured to use. So the declarative nature of WPF allowed us to build an application that can be completely tailored from industry to industry, from line of business, from department to department, down from user to user, and that's the type of application we need.
That's great. And how do you organize your development team so that they can go ahead and provide that kind of experience for your users?
Well, we have three separate teams. We have a framework development team, a business logic team, and a presentation tier team. And by the sheer nature of the Windows Presentation Foundation declarative nature, we're able to separate each of those components of the application and have the different teams working on separate development tracks, and it all does come together in the end.
That's great. So what are some of the requirements of building an ERP system that are unique, and what are some of the major needs that your users have that you have to go ahead and face when you're delivering a product to this market?
Well, certainly productivity is critical. Users don't want to be using mouses and having to go from using mice, having to go from the keyboard to the mouse and back and forth. They're pretty much hands-down data entry people. So it was important to be able to work as efficiently as possible, be able to get orders in, navigate the system quickly, but also to be able to tailor the system in a way that different departments can see only what they need to see, not more than they need to see. And the same thing for different industries. Our product serves apparel, footwear, furniture, accessories, all these different industries. And without the ability to customize the system, tailor to those different industries, users see a lot of information they don't need to see.
So that sounds like that would require quite an investment in building a metadata-driven application that's highly customizable. Is that the case with BlueCherry?
That was our goal, and that is what we accomplished. We've been very proud of BlueCherry over the years, that we built something that was as data-driven as possible, but having this next life to recreate the application on the .NET platform, anything that we didn't do data-driven that we wish we had in the past, we're doing now. Validations, screens, search results, data entry and grids, being able to completely configure the application. Pretty much anything you can see, you can configure, and that was the goal.
So Jim, how does BlueCherry meet the reporting and analytics needs of your customers?
Well, our customers have two sets of needs. They have the need to see transactional data, and of course they have the need for management reporting, and of course business intelligence as well. So BlueCherry meets that in a couple of different ways. We do have an embedded proprietary report builder within the application. Our current product before BlueCherry 8 was completely proprietary. Now we're taking advantage of SQL Server reporting services, trying not to reinvent the wheel.
That's great. So you're able to accommodate a lot of these custom requirements as customers, go and make this work for and tailor it for their line of business. You're able to go and meet other requirements on this platform.
That's correct. We're able to use generate RDL, so we're able to create reports on the fly for our users. They can then publish those reports to web publishing directories, so even access those reports from anywhere in the world, even though they're creating them from BlueCherry Report Builder. So it's been very effective.
Oh, that's great. So how did you build the user experience for people interacting with their report builder?
We use Silverlight. The rest of the application is in WPF, as we've discussed, but from the reporting standpoint, we want to have one set of technologies for the BlueCherry embedded report builder, but also for our business intelligence product. So we chose Silverlight for that technology.
That's great. So then the folks who develop the skills on learning how to program for WPF and design and style those applications can apply those skills over with the report builder on Silverlight as well, right?
That's correct. That learning curve was pretty short. Moved from WPF to Silverlight, and now we've got one set of technology, really one tool for two different purposes, which of course saves us from a development standpoint, and one person is able to accomplish build two products in one.
That's great. So why don't we take a look at the application then?